Welcome, my friends and followers. This is Professor Ali Tarad. I will present some information and technical notes about the design stages in your channel, thermal engineering concept and principle. What are the most critical engineering terms used during the design phases in chronological order of completion? And in this short episode, I will introduce the definition of different stages for the design activity. In this episode, I will pass through some technical notes about engineering processes in the field of equipment manufacturing, and our video will focus on engineering terminology used in the field of design. What are the terms that are used in different stages of the design before arriving to the manufacturing process? In the process of manufacturing, we usually have to prepare the design for the equipment. The first stage, where it is called a preliminary design for specific equipment or mechanical system. It could be heat exchanger or heat pump as an system used for heating or cooling. And this stage is usually called preliminary design or conceptual design. The description for this stage is it represents the first stage where the designer can put the general idea for the equipment or the system, and then it could include the approximate dimensions, key components of the system or the equipment, the general function. Of course, that will be without precise details for the design. And the objective usually is focused on the technical and economical feasibility of various options that can be laid out before going to the detailed design. And we may have different options, and we have to compare all of these options before going to the final design. And in effect, we are looking for the economic feasibility of the design. The second step is the final design, when uh, is usually called detailed design or a final design of the equipment or the system. The description for this part. Here we have to put all the detailed dimensions, material, and the general form of the equipment or the system, and it should be approved before going to the next stage, and that means we have already approved the initial design before going to put this design, which should be followed by a manufacturing process. Therefore, the the design should include accurate dimensions of the equipment, material, connections, types of screws, bearings, if there are in the mechanical design, and even the manufacturing method, the table of quantities for all these parts of the design. And in this stage, we are aiming to prepare the design to be ready for manufacturing. And this is the most important stage, because here we are going to prepare the final stage of the process before going to the manufacturing stage. And that means we have to give all the required information before sending that to the final stage. Now we have arrived to the final stage before fabrication, and it is called manufacturing drawings for mechanical engineering design, for example, of the equipment. And usually it's called manufacturing drawings or production drawings. The description for this part, it means that we have to prepare all the necessary drawings, and it should include all the necessary details of the workshop and fabrication. And it could be material, for example, dimensions, tolerances, the finishing of the surfaces, the degree of the smoothness for these materials, and sometimes we have to give even the way how to manufacture these parts, including the process or fabrication process details. And the objectives, of course, to ensure that all the technical design which has been approved should be addressed in these drawings to um, help the technicians and manufacturers to prepare or to fabricate the equipment according to the detailed design. We have arrived to the final part of this video, where uh, we have passed through the timeline of the design phases, sequences in manufacturing, which includes preliminary design, final design, manufacturing drawings, and fabrication process. Of course, this layout is suitable for all designs, regardless of the field of the engineering which we are dealing with. But for example, as we said, we may talk about heat exchanger as an equipment, or a heat pump, or even a power generation unit, or organic Rankine cycle unit, or whatever. Even in the civil engineering, we have to follow such process before going to the part where we can physically manufacture or prepare the equipment. And finally, if you find this video is useful to you, please share it, and I will see you in near future with uh, another subject in thermal engineering. Bye bye.